Welcome everybody to the masterclass from Breakup to Badass. I'm going to try to do it with all my classes, but if I can't read, I'm just going to wear them. So, welcome to the masterclass from Breakup to Badass, where you are going to learn how to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. So my name is Yanira and I'm thrilled to have you here today. So before we get started, let me know, can you hear me okay? You can put two thumbs up. Yes? Perfect. Thank you, Leslie. You can put it in the chat as well if you can hear me okay. You know, I was in here in a class. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I went for 2 minutes with none of my slides showing. So can you see my slide? It's a big picture of me, looking very sharp, and it says from breakup to badass. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. He said that. You said yes. Okay. So, I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm going to give you my full attention because I'm going to give my everything. And I want for you to do the same though. So one of the things that you can do, put your cell phone in silent. I always have it in silent. However, the other day my mom called me like in the middle of it. So I just texted my mom, please do not call me right now because I'm going to be away for an hour, because she usually calls me one time, and if I don't answer, she keeps calling me again and again. So that's what we are doing today. So I would love to know, what beverage are you actually enjoying right now? You can put it in the chat. I have my water right now. No lemon in my water because I haven't gone to the supermarket, so it happens sometimes. And I know that you can relate because we are doing so many things. Leslie, you're drinking water. Perfect. Yes, I can read this. All right, let me just do this. Perfect. So where are you tuning in from? Where are you? Are you in Atlanta? The last week, I had somebody from South Africa. So that was amazing. Leslie, I'm trying to be cool here. I know that you can relate, but sometimes it's just hard. I'm 51 years old. I cannot read without my glasses, sadly. But anyway, okay, Leslie, you are in Athens. He said you are in Marietta. That's awesome. Wear them with pride. Thank you, Leslie. I'm going to try to do it. So I'm just going to ask a bunch of questions while we're here, and I would love for you to answer in the chat. Just whatever you feel like, if I'm asking questions, and also if there's something that maybe when I say something you're like, oh, wow, yes, put in a hi in the chat. I would love to see that. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the people who came right now. Gina, Jeanette, thank you so much for being here. So why is it important for you to finally feel like yourself again? And this could be after a breakup, but a breakup could be, a breakup from a job or from the life that you had before. So it could be a lot of things. So I want you to just inhale, exhale, and now I would love for you to tell me or drop a word or sentence in the chat. There's no right answer. This is your space. So maybe, it is important to feel like yourself again because you want peace in your life. I don't know. I do. Like sometimes if I don't feel like myself, I want peace in my life. Or because you're tired to pretending, that you're not that person. Or maybe because you miss the version of you that was laughing before, that light up, that felt alive. Whatever it is, share it with me. This is a room full of women who get it. You're in this class because you're women. No men allowed, at least not in this class. And we're not here to judge. We're We're here to heal. So go ahead and tell me in the chat, why is it important for you to finally feel like yourself? Okay, Leslie, to have a purpose on the new path. This is so important. That's such a great answer. And you're right. You know, if you want to feel peace, if you want to, you don't want to pretend, if you want to have a purpose because you cannot find it. I have seen this in so many women, especially after 40, that you're ready to get your life back. And the reason that you're here is because you are ready, believe me, to reclaim your heart and ready to become the woman, the badass that is inside of you. So do you want to feel whole? Whatever is happening to you in your life, are you, your heart is broken, or you lost a job, or you cannot find yourself? Do you want to feel whole again? And you can put yes in the chat. I would love to listen to you or just to read you. Do you want to reconnect with your power? Do you want to glow into the life that you truly deserve? Yes, of course. Yes, Leslie. Yes, Gisela. Feel peace. I know this is so important. I think, my coach from Colombia, he used to say that we came into this life to be happy, but we distract ourselves in our journey. So thank you so much for being engaged. So this is for you. You are in the right place if you feel completely stuck, heartbroken, or lost. Again, it's a breakup from the life that you had before. You're still in the early stages maybe of the breakup or divorce, or you're not sure who you are without a relationship. Maybe you're exhausted. I felt that way like 2 months ago, and believe me, it's not easy. You're exhausted and you don't even know where to start. Or B, you're divorced or break up, just like me, but sometimes it takes some time to heal, right? I mean, you have done the work, but you're still carrying the guilt, the anger, or the sadness. And you're functional, right? But not completely free. And you want to move forward, but something keeps pulling you back. Or C, right? You have moved on. I have moved on. That's right, because that's the reason that I'm here. But you're ready for more. Maybe, just like you, Leslie, you're ready to find the purpose, the new path. You're not longer in crisis, but you want to deepen your confidence, upgrade your habits, and create your next chapter with boldness and joy. And you want to glow all the way up. So let me know in the chat, which are you? A, you feel completely stuck, heartbroken, or lost? Or B, you're divorced, but you haven't really healed? Or maybe C, you have moved on, right? But you are ready for more. Okay, Leslie, C, he said. A, I know, I hear you. Gina, C, perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. So today, it does not matter if you are A or B or C, because today you will discover how to grieve with intention instead of rushing to move on. I mean, raise your hand or put a yes in the chat if sometimes you feel like you need to rush things. We live like that, right? No, I have to move on, and I have to, because I have to deal with the husband, with the kids, or whatever it is, or the job. But instead of rushing to move on, you create a space to fully honor what was lost. The relationship, the dreams, even the version of yourself that loved with your whole heart. Because when that happens, something dies, right? So real healing begins when you stop pretending. Listen to this. When you stop pretending that you're okay and allow yourself to really feel. And you will discover today to let go and reclaim. You'll learn how to release the old stories, the guilt, the attachment that are keeping you stuck, okay? And at the same time, you'll reclaim your voice. Just like you, Leslie, the beautiful voice, your energy, your time, everything that is rightfully yours to build your new life. And you'll also learn today how you own your power. You'll rebuild your confidence, strengthen your boundaries, and stop letting the past pain control your future. And finally, this is the best part, walk into the new you. Because finally, you'll step into the new identity of the woman that you're becoming. Because the woman that you were in the past is not the same of the future. You'll stop surviving and start glowing, living a life that feels fully, beautifully yours. But, okay, if you haven't found a way to truly heal, believe me, I've seen it over and over with me, with my clients, with the women that are around me. If you haven't found a way to truly heal and move forward after your breakup or the situation that you're going through, it's not your fault. Listen to me, it's not your fault. And why? It's not your fault because this isn't something that you're taught in school. And you can put a yes in the chat if you feel this way. Why? Because no one ever taught you how to truly heal after a breakup. You were taught to survive. Okay, put a yes in the chat if something happened to you. Oh, don't worry, this is normal. Oh, that's I don't want to say bad words, but that's an asshole, forget about him. But no one ever told you to, like, you know what? You're right. It hurts. It hurts because you were taught to survive and not to process, not to release and rebuild from the inside out. And, it's not your fault. It's not your fault because most of us are doing it backwards. Most women are doing it backwards. We try to fix the outside, right? Does it happen? Has it happened to you? Maybe we change jobs, maybe a new body, maybe a new hair. How many times after a breakup you change your hair? I mean, raise your hand. I know. I can see you from the other screen, Leslie. Yes. And if you can put your camera, I would love to see you as well. And so we try to fix the outside, the new partner, without healing our emotional core. And it's not your fault because there is a missing piece. You didn't just lose a relationship or a job or whatever it is, that breakup thing that happened to you. You lost part of yourself, your identity, and no one gave you the path to get them back until now, because that all ends today. So let's play for a second, okay? If you want to, you can close your eyes. You can imagine, I'm gonna close my eyes just for a moment. You can imagine that you have a magic wand. Una varita mágica for the people who speak Spanish here. A magic wand. Oh my God, everybody speaks Spanish here. So, and if you can make this situation happen, imagine this. This is a magic pill, it's a magic wand. So, imagine this. You wake up feeling light, peaceful, like you said you wanted peace, right? And you feel whole. No more tightness in your chest, no more waking up with a beat of your stomach, like how many times you cannot even breathe, right? You feel calm, you feel clear and excited about your life again. Or you know exactly who you are and you love that person. You're no longer defined by what happened to you. You trust yourself. You set boundaries without guilt. And you walk into the room with quiet confidence. Or you create a life that feels like freedom, like joy, like power. Because your days are full of things that light you up. You laugh, you love, you lead yourself without waiting for permission and validation. But you know what? I get it. Because I know what it feels like to wake up and not even recognize your own life anymore. To stare at the walls of your house and wonder, how did I get here? Because a few years ago, I was right there too. I know, I get it. 1 minute I thought I was building a forever life. Married, settled, dreams of a family, laughter, vacations, growing all together. And the next, I was sitting on a Zoom call hearing the man that I have built my life with say 3 things that changed my life. And suddenly everything collapsed. My marriage, my dreams, my sense of safety, my sense of self. And I'm gonna do this so you can all see me right here. I'm just gonna stop sharing the screen just for a sec. Because I want you to see me. I'm gonna take you back to that day. So I would love if you can put in the chat, you can say yes, if you have seen the show Sex and the City. And I lost you, of course, this happened, this always happens. Just bear with me just for a sec. Okay, there you are. Okay, so yes, Leslie, yes, only some chapters, thank you. Okay, so I wanted you to, this is what happens with technology. All right. In one episode, Carrie Brasher, which is one of the main characters, was broken up with a post-it note by her boyfriend Berger. A post-it note. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. For me, ladies, it was even worse. My husband broke up our marriage via Zoom. Yes, Zoom. I mean, technology, right? I mean, post-it Zoom. Yes, I know I'm laughing right now, but believe me, 4 years ago, I was not laughing. And I remember sitting on the Zoom call, just like today, looking at the man I had built my life with for 7 years, and him saying the words that shatter everything. Everything that I thought it was real, And he said something like this: there are 3 things that keep a marriage together: kids, history, and love. We don't have kids, our history isn't that deep, and I'm not in love with you anymore. And that was the moment my marriage ended, and everything inside of me collapsed. And it wasn't just the end of my marriage, right? It was the death of a future I had planned for so long. And again, this was my marriage, but it could be a job, it could be a person that died in your life. The dreams, right, of the family, the grandkids. I wanted to have grandkids and, take care of them. The share vacations, the little things, just like having someone to hold my hand during a movie as we grew older together. And in that instant, I didn't just lose a partner. I lost my home. I lost my sense of security, my identity, and even my Harley Davidson. Yes, I lost that one too. That's pretty tough. But I lost the version of myself that believed that everything was finally going to be okay. And I felt like the black sheep all over again. I don't know in your family, in my family, I'm the black sheep. And that person that never got it right, I don't know if you can relate. And I kept asking myself, why me? Why did I do wrong? Am I just unlovable? And the shame of starting over in my late 40s with no roadmap. And I wasn't just heartbroken, I felt humiliated and honestly exhausted. I was exhausted mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I was so tired of being the strong one, And if you're feeling any of that right now, or you have felt it, I want you to know you're not crazy. You're not broken. You are in the middle of your rebirth. And if you are here, it's because you needed to be here and listen to this message. And maybe you are in a relationship, but you needed to listen to this message for something else in your life. Because here is what I didn't know back then, right? You don't have to have it all figured out to start over. You just need a spark. And somehow I found one. Look, I was terrified, scared. What would my life be now? Moving to the US again after 12 years in Colombia. But even in the chaos, I recognized the feeling. I had been here like so many times. In the middle of collapse, in the middle of adversity, I have left Venezuela. I reinvented myself in the US. I lost 2 jobs. I battled an eating disorder. And through each of those moments, there was a path, a system I had followed. And not because somebody gave it to me, believe me, the magic wand, the magic pill, not really there. But because I built it brick by brick with every adversity. And I didn't make the pain go away, because it doesn't go away that easily. But it gave me a way through it. So even though I was afraid, I knew I needed to trust the process. And that system helped me glow. And I gotta be honest with you, it was not all at once. I know you want it to be this way, but it's not. And it was not in a big dramatic moment, but it was gradually. Not just to cope, but just to move on, but to glow into my power, into my voice, and to the version of myself that I was really meant to become. And I want to keep sharing what I have for you today. So, this is me now. I mean, the person who you're seeing right now here, this is me. Radiant, peaceful, and deeply aligned. But not because my life went according to plan. Actually, it completely fell apart. And that Zoom call shattered everything I thought I had built. But that breakdown became the turning point, because from that moment on, I started doing the real work, not to bounce back, but to rebuild forward. And I allow myself to grieve with intention and to let go of the stories that kept me stuck, because sometimes what keeps us stuck is the old stories. And I reclaimed my body, my time, and my joy. And I started walking into a new version of me, stronger, softer, and more self-assured. And you know what? It didn't just help me heal. It helped me find my purpose. And today I feel better than ever have. I mean, I have my moments, yes, for sure. But I'm doing a work, just like you said, Leslie, you talked about purpose. I'm doing work that lights me up. I give keynotes and run workshops just like this one. And I talk about reinvention and emotional resilience. And I help entrepreneurs, professionals, and women going through different midlife transitions, right? So they can have their power back and step into the new chapter. And I have coached women who felt like they were falling apart. And I know they're starting businesses, setting boundaries, dating with joy, and becoming the version of themselves they always knew it was there. The badass inside of you. And me, I don't feel resentment. I feel gratitude. Because that Heartbreak Girls was the best thing that ever happened to me. It gave me clarity, it gave me strength, and it gave me a blueprint to help others rise too. And I don't just teach, I live it every single day. I mean, some of you know me. If you know me, do I have energy? You can put yes in the chat. I want to know. I live it every single day. Yes, thank you. And I wanted to tell you something. You all have value. And you all deserve to heal your heart and become the badass you know you are, because you know it inside. So I want to ask you something. If you want this, go ahead and put I am into the chat right now. And not for my benefit. Listen to me, not for my benefit, but for your benefit. And I'm going to tell you something. There was a recent study, a 2025 study by Harvard Business Review that shows that we are 8 times more likely to have success with our dreams, our goals, our purpose, and our mission when we share them in writing, in a group of like-minded people, just like here. So if you want to be 8 times more likely to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman you were meant to be, now is the moment. It's your time to put in the chat. Put it in the chat, yes, I'm in, because you want to reclaim your heart and become the badass that you are, that you know that you can be. I'm in. Gisela, a lot. Leslie, yes, I love it. I love it. All right, but before we move on, let's address the elephant in the room. Maybe you're thinking, I feel like at the end, she's going to make some kind of an invitation, and yes. The answer is yes, I will make an invitation because I want you to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. And I do want you to go from breakup to badass. Whatever is happening to you in your life, if it's divorce, if it's a breakup, if it's a lost job, whatever it is. So yes, I have an invitation, but you will have complete control whether or not I do or not. So this is how it's going to work, and I will offer nothing but value. You're going to be able to play full out, and you're not accidentally buying a timeshare. Do not worry. By engaging in the chat, you can engage in the chat. You're not buying a timeshare, so do not worry about that. And then when I get to the time to make that invitation, I'm going to ask you, did I earn the right to make you an invitation? And if I did, I will make the invitation. And if I didn't, I will pause early and I will make myself another coffee, or I'll have some wine. Well, it's Thursday, no wine for me. But is that a deal? You can put it yes in the chat. Is it a deal? Yes, Leslie, thank you. Perfect, yes, thank you so much. So, I'm gonna ask you, thank you, Hise. Maybe you're asking yourself, okay, Yanira, this is all beautiful, but how do I heal my heart? How do I reclaim my power? How do I become the badass woman that I know I'm meant to be, but I'm not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel? It happens. But this is why I'm going to show you Glow, the Breakup to Badass Blueprint. It's a 4-step journey to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. So first, the first part of the Glow, the G is for grieve with intention. Honor what you have lost, because you did, so you can begin to truly heal. If you don't allow yourself to grieve, you're not going to be able to heal. Then the L is for let go and reclaim. Release what's holding you back and reclaim your voice, your energy, and your power. The O is for own your power. Rebuild your confidence. Set bold boundaries and shift. This is very important. I'm going to pause here. I was recording an episode for the podcast Saludablemente Mujer, and we were actually talking about post-traumatic growth. Anyway, if you don't let go, if you don't pass from victim to creator, you're going to be stuck for the rest of my life, or for the rest of your life. And this is really important. And the W finally, and I love this because this is the woman that has to emerge. Walk into the new you. Step into your new chapter with clarity, courage, and self-trust. So let's go with each of them, and I'm going to give you one thing that you can actually apply. So grief with intention. Let me tell you a story about grief, If you don't feel it, you're going to store it. And when you store it, it leaks out in places you don't expect. Your health, your decisions, your relationship, your energy. So when my marriage ended, I didn't just grieve the man. I grieved the life I thought we were building. The home, gone. Kids that we never had, the grandkids, gone. The future, it was gone. And I had no idea how to process that kind of emotional collapse because no one teaches you that. And that's why this first step is so important and it's so powerful. You're not grieving because you're weak. Listen to me. You're grieving because you love deeply, and that's sacred. And you're scared, and it's normal. But I know this sounds perfect, but how do you grieve? How do you grieve the loss of a job, the loss of a relationship, the divorce, whatever it is? Most people don't know how to grieve, especially women like us, who've been praised for being strong, for keeping it together, for not making a scene, right? So when everything falls apart, we don't know what to do with this heartbreak. We try to move on, right? But the pain doesn't move with us. Grieving with intentions or intention, sorry, means you don't let the grief control you, but you don't avoid it either. So this is really important, and this is what I have seen in people. Over the years, I have worked with dozens of women through breakups, midlife pivots, and these are the same patterns I see over and over that keep them stuck. One, trying to rush the healing. If I just stay busy, for example, I won't have to feel it. But what we suppress always returns louder. You can't outrun your own heart. Mistake number 2, skipping grief and jumping into productivity. New job, new body, new man, but the same pain is like right here. Healing isn't about distraction. It's about integration. Oh, that's beautiful. And believing something's wrong with them, with you for feeling sad. You are not broken. You're human. This is so important. And this moment doesn't mean you have failed. I know. I know it's hard to feel that way, but you have not failed. I'm telling you. It means that you are alive and you're becoming. You can't rebuild your life alive if you never take the time to honor what it's lost. So give your emotions a space. Let them move. Let them breathe, right? Grief with intention doesn't mean, crying all day. It means giving your emotions that space. I remember in one of my workshops, a woman said, I didn't think I had the right to grieve because I was the one who left. But Yanira taught me that grief doesn't follow logic, it follows love. This woman gave herself permission to cry in the shower, to light a candle, and to understand that the life that she knew it was over, but she left herself the time to say goodbye. So one of the things, it's a simple practice. I told you I was going to give you one practice for each of the GLOW acronym system, the blueprint. So a simple practice, I don't know if you do this, but 15 minutes, you can put a 15-minute timer on your cell phone and sit with your journal. Journal is so powerful when you write or walk into nature. I don't write, I walk into nature and I ask myself questions. So I'm just going to give you one, something that you can actually ask yourself. What do I need to feel right now? Just if you have a pen, write it down. What do I need to feel right now? And then go from a walk or then start writing. I need to feel all the pain. I feel shitty. Why am I in this place right now? Everything. The goal of this exercise isn't to fix it. The goal is to feel it so it can flow through. Because grieving isn't weakness, it's strength, and it's how you build that emotional foundation for everything that comes next. And when you let yourself grieve, and this is a beautiful part, the outcome, you stop carrying the emotional weight that was never meant to be permanent. It's okay now, but it's not permanent. You begin to hear your voice. You create this space mentally, emotionally, spiritually for something new. And you start feeling like yourself again. Not overnight. Don't rush it, but piece by piece. And you release the fear of falling apart because you realize you can hold yourself together through anything. So when you grieve with intention, you don't stay stuck in the story of what was. You open yourself up to who you're becoming. Then we go to the L, the let go and reclaim. You can build a new life if we are dragging the old one behind us. I'm gonna say that again. We can't build a new life if we're dragging the old one behind us. This step is where we get real about what we're still carrying, the guilt, the blame, the resentment, the old stories like I'm not lovable or I fell, what am I doing here? And I remember when I was packing 4 years ago my things to leave the house I share with my ex, I found myself wanting to keep almost everything. The plates, the artwork, certain objects. Not because I'm gonna be real with you, and not because I needed them, but because I couldn't let go of who I was when I had them. This is so powerful. And I realize we hold onto objects the same way we hold onto identities, and they weight us down. Tell this, yeah, it's hard. Like it was really impactful. And I remember sitting down with one of my friends, Sylvia, and she said, and I was telling them like, oh no, I have all this stuff and I'm gonna take them. And she said something, she said this, travel light. And that was my aha moment. I left everything in Colombia and I just came back with 2 suitcases. Well, I'm doing 2 suitcases because I have 2 hands, but there were really 6 because I have a good friend that came for the other 4. Anyway, that's how I let go. And letting go is liberating. So many women think letting go means they're giving up. Listen to me, you're not giving up. But here's the truth, letting go is not the same as losing. Letting go is choosing yourself over a story that no longer serves you. If you want to write that down, letting go is choosing yourself over a story that no longer serves you. So you're not giving up. You're giving yourself permission to breathe. And you are not walking away. You're walking toward what's next. This is so beautiful. And you're not erasing the past. You're writing a new chapter. And when I finally let go, not just of my marriage, but the expectations, the guilt, the shame, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time, lightness. And I have to be real with you. I think I listened to some, I don't know, like 20 YouTube videos about letting go, but it did help. So, and I remember Marcela, she was one of the girls that I coached several years ago. And I remember saying like what she learned from me and from the coaching had helped her to overcome everything that post-coaching she has to face. So a simple practice to let go. Write a list of the things that you're holding on to. It could be material things, it could be ideas, it could be emotions. For example, I don't know, the wedding dress, the engagement ring if you didn't return it, the
Hola,
gift for your
bien.
anniversary,
Oreo. Bien, está muy bien, vamos.
the victim. Somebody has their mic on.
Ven.
Let me see. Sound effect.
15.
There you go. All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, um, this is really important. So make a list of all the things that you can let go. And today, I invite you girls to commit just to one thing. Again, this could be maybe you're focusing on the last job that you have and you lost it. Feel how you're connected to that still. And write all the things that keep you stuck or that keep you there. And just decide of one thing that you're letting go. Just one thing. Do I erase the pictures? Do I erase the emails? Whatever it is, just one thing. Because girls, when you like letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing yourself over your pain. This is beautiful. I have good quotes today. So when you truly let go, you stop replaying the past and start designing the future. You stop asking for permission to want what you want, and you finally feel like your life belongs to you again. I know it's hard, but that comes the O in glow. Own your power, and this is the moment. This is a moment where we stop playing small, or that feels small, because you have spent so long adjusting who you are to keep the peace or to keep the job, to keep the relationship, and to keep it all together. But what if owning your power didn't make you selfish? It made you whole. Owning your power is about remembering that you have a choice, a body, a truth, and that it matters. When I gave my first conference talk after my divorce, I almost didn't do it. Like, I didn't feel like I had anything left to say, but I showed up and I stood on that stage and I told my story. And when I saw women crying in the audience, something inside of me clicked. This wasn't just about healing anymore. It was about my mission. So here are some of the things that I feel like women go through and I have gone through. Not asking for help. That's something we have to ask for help. We live in a community, and when we are together, our body releases oxytocin, serotonin, and those chemicals help us heal. Ask for help. Friends, family, a coach, whatever it is, ask for help, because that's going to help you. And not resting, right? Sometimes we don't rest, we don't sleep right because we think we need to hustle to feel worthy again, or thinking you will never find love again. Well, maybe that's not the point right now. Maybe the point is to heal. I remember working with Paulette back in Colombia, and she said that the power that she got in the mentoring program she was in with me helped her to feel like she could do the marathon that she was doing in Japan. So that's a really good story. And one simple practice that you can do to own your power, you can write it down. Just put yourself in front of a mirror and say every single morning, I love and I accept myself just the way I am. I love and I accept myself just the way I am. Remember that power isn't dominance, it's self-trust. So when you own your power, you stop living in reaction mode. You set clear boundaries, you no longer seek external validation, and you break the cycle of self-abandonment, and you start showing up for yourself. And finally, we have the W in Glow, walk into the new you. And this is where everything comes together. You have felt, you have released, you have reclaimed. Now you get to walk into the version of yourself that's been waiting for you. And this isn't about going back to who you used to be. This is about becoming the woman you were always meant to be. Before the heartbreak, before the doubt, before the compromises, before the job, whatever it is that you're going through. And she's not some future version of you. She's already here. It's just like down deep inside of you. And you just need to say yes to her because she is there. And this is where everything changes for you, not because the pain never happened, because it did happen, but because it no longer controls you. At this stage, you're not asking for permission to feel happy. You're not waiting to be chosen, validated, or rescued. You're living from a place of alignment. And this is very important, where your choices match your values, where your dreams are no longer on the back burner. You're dressing differently, you're speaking differently, showing up differently, not because someone told you, but because this is who you are. Noraida, she has been with me for so many years and she has done so many programs. She was part of a coaching program, and the coaching program that she did with me changed her personally and professionally. And those are the stories that I love to listen over and over, because if they can do it, if I can do it, you can do it as well. And the same simple practice that I do, I don't have it right now, but I have in my mirror, I have this decreto, I'm not sure how to say it, but I have like 4 paragraphs, like, oh, this beautiful, miraculous woman who's capable of everything. I do affirmations because, you know, there is a TED Talk, Amy Cuddy, and she says, practice so you can become it, or there's something like that. I don't remember. I will remember later. But this is the new you. So when you do things over and over, when you say it to yourself, you start believing it, and you start vibrating in another vibration. But remember that the way you think determines the way you think determines the way you feel. The way you feel determines the actions that you take. And the actions that you take determine the future, the badass that you are. And your glow isn't just a look, it's a lifestyle. And it starts when you stop waiting to feel ready and you start moving like it's already yours. So let's recap, because we're almost done with the presentation. So today we saw the grief with intention, honor what you have lost so you can begin to truly heal. The L, let go and reclaim, release what's holding you back and reclaim your voice, your energy, and your power. The O, for own your power, reveal your confidence, set bold boundaries, and shift from victim to creator. The W, walk into the new year, step into your new chapter with clarity, with courage, and self-trust. Yes, I'm telling you, you can heal your heart, you can reclaim your power, and you can become the woman that you were meant to be. I've seen it in myself. I've seen it over and over and over with the women that I coach. So you might be thinking, well, this is the moment I mentioned before. Like, how can I heal? Like, this is all pretty. Yes, grief, it all makes sense. But how can I heal my heart, Anita? Like, I'm hurting. How can I reclaim my power? How can I become the badass that I know is like deep down there, but I don't see it? And I gotta tell you something. You have the slow way through trial and error. And you can never get back the money, the time you spent away from your family that was wasted trying to get results over results. And obviously you're here. You can get results. Or you can go the fast way, right? So I want you to put in the chat Do you want the slow way? Do you want to spend months or even years trying to rebuild yourself, your routines, your identity, and feeling like you're still starting from scratch? Or you want the fast way? Put it in the chat. Do you want the slow way or the fast way? I want to see it there. The fast way is having a guide, a proven system, a community of women who get it, a shortcut through the chaos so you can start feeling like you again. And this is the official invitation to join me to the brand new From Breakup to Badass workshop. How to heal your heart, how to reclaim your power and become the woman that you were meant to be. So do I have your permission to do the offer right now? Can you put that in the chat? Yes, Leslie, say yes. Perfect. All right. So this is official invitation. Thank you so much to join me to the brand new From Breakup to Badass workshop. How to heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman that you were meant to be. It's a 3-hour virtual workshop. But before I get all excited and I'm about to be over and tell you how you can heal your heart, reclaim your power, and become the woman you were meant to be, I've got to tell you who this isn't for. If you'd rather in your life make excuses than make things happen, this workshop is not for you. Because this program was created to create instant results, hope, inspiration, and action. It's designed for women who are ready to stop spinning in the pain of a breakup, from a relationship, from your job, from your ex-life, whatever it is. And you're finally start rebuilding the life stronger, bolder, and brighter than ever. And this is not a webinar. This is not a lecture. This is a full-on workshop where we do this. We roll up our sleeves and we go deep and do the actual work to get your glow back, because you have already lost enough time to someone, to a situation that wasn't meant for your future. This is about claiming what's next for you. So in the workshop, we're gonna go grieve with intention. And you're gonna feel lighter, emotionally grounded, and no longer afraid of your own feelings. Able to move forward with clarity of carrying silent pain. This is so important. You're gonna learn how to let go and reclaim, and you finally are gonna stop obsessing from over the past and start reclaiming your energies. This is so important, and your voice, so you can focus on what's next, because there's a life full of possibilities out of it. And you're gonna own your own power, and you'll show up with stronger confidence. I've seen it over and over with my clients. Speak up for yourself and make decisions from self-worth and not self-doubt. And you're gonna walk into the new you. You'll feel proud of the woman you see in the mirror. Because I know sometimes you don't feel that way, because I have felt like that. And you're gonna live fully, creating the life that feels like it's truly yours. So this is how it works. It's a virtual workshop. We're gonna have workbooks, exercises, guide you through every step of the way. I remember I did something for Douglas County, and Tisha was so happy with the energy, how people were engaging to these practices, these tools, because you have to do the work so you can actually move forward. And because I want this to be a full body yes for you. When you join today, you'll also get these bonuses: the Breakup to Badass affirmation pack, and I have it right here. And I remember Maria Paulina was last year with the coaching program that Valeria and I had, and she actually used the exercises to move forward, and also did the work with all the workbooks and everything that we had for her. And the bonus too, the glow up guided meditation, so you can visualize to anchor you into your power and ignite emotional calmness. And also, I love working with Paola. She has called me like 4 times to work with a women entrepreneur. And I love how, you know, she says that you can feel my heart, and that authentic energy leaves a lasting impression on every audience she touches. And this is what I do with my client as well. And the post breakup research workout, because you know your body, it's important to feel good in your body so you can feel good mentally and emotionally. And I, you know, Judy has seen me dancing all over, and she always said that I radiate wellness and grounded energy, and that's what I put in my workshops. So what you'll receive with this is 3-hour live personal life coaching and materials, the Breakup to Badass affirmation pack, the glow up guided meditation, post breakup research workouts, eating for energy guide, and that's a total value of $997. But before I tell you about the special opportunity just for you and just right now, I have a question for you. What would this be worth for you if you, and we're almost done, if you could finally release the pain and the guilt that's been weighing you down? What would it be worth for you if 1 week from now, think about it, you woke up with peace in your heart and energy? If 1 month from now you could look in the mirror just like this and feel proud of the woman staring back at you, what would it be worth for you? And if by the end of this year, because remember, this is a process, you were no longer replaying the past, but instead creating a life that lights you up, that feels good from the inside out, what would it be worth to you? Because that's what's possible when you glow. And because you're here right now and you're going to be part of this new workshop based on my experience and on the result I have gotten for thousands of women from my coaching, from my workshops, from my conferences, because you are an action taker and you're here in this event today and you are here for an hour, you get everything for just $97. The resources, the book. So now in just a second, I'm just going to give you the URL, and you're going to want to go immediately and get the honor pricing of this with the bonuses and everything. But before I do it, I tell you, you gotta be ready to click. And if this feels like a sales technique, I have to tell you something. It is. And why? Because if I can do something for you, I'm gonna do it, because I'm going to do everything that is in my power to get you to take action right now, to go from victim to creator. I have seen the difference this kind of programs has made on all of my clients. I have seen the transformation, the breakthrough in them in my life. So go to the chat. I am going to put down the link so you have it, and do it now. Take action now, because this is your life. This is nobody else's. Nobody is going to take care of you. Believe me. And I promise you that this is going to have an impact on you. And I guarantee we will get the value. You will get the value from this event. And if for any reason you cannot attend, you can apply it to the next day. So I'm just going to recap what you're going to receive in all that. The 3-hour live personalized coaching and materials. This is on July 12th. The Breakup and to Badass affirmations, the Glow Up guided meditations, the Post Breakup Reset workouts, the Eating for Energy guide, because you need to take care of your body to feel right. So go to the chat and do click and start working on yourself today. I have worked with Dia for like I think 5 different workshops that I do with women, and she always says that the framework that I give the young ladies that are part of the program help them to take action, and that's what I want for you today. So I would love to have you. I know sometimes we get questions, and I'm about to be over. Get to the link, get your ticket. It's 3 hours that you work on yourself. And before I leave, I know sometimes we get questions. You can put it in the chat if you have any questions. One of the biggest thing that I hear from women, especially the ones who need it the most, is this: Yanira, I really want to do this, but I'm just so busy right now. I'm overwhelmed. I got work, I have kids, whatever it is. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces. I don't know if I have time. And listen, I get it. I really do. But let me ask you something from the heart. How long have you felt this way? How long have you been putting yourself at the bottom of the list? How long? How long have you been surviving instead of thriving? Carrying the weight of that situation that happened to you, that breakup, like it's your new normal. But here's the truth that changed everything for me. Listen to this before you go, there will never be a perfect time to choose yourself. There will never be a day when the to-do list is empty. Never. You know it. Put it yes in the chat if you feel the way. It's never empty. There are always things to do. Your heart is fully healed and the universe sends you a golden invitation to get your power back. No. You won't wake up one day. Yes, Leslie, thank you. You won't wake up. Listen to me. A day magically ready. You become ready by taking the first step, even when it's messy, even when you're scared, even when the life feels like it's still into pieces. And that's why I created this workshop, because I know the slow way. I lived it. And the slow way is trying to do it all alone. The slow way is Googling, Chat GPT the answers at midnight with tears in your eyes. The slow way is telling yourself you'll get it when things calm down. No, because one day you look back and you realize, I have spent months, years stuck in the same emotional loop. What if instead you took one Saturday, July 12th, just one Saturday, 3 hours, and used that time to change the direction of your entire next chapter? To grieve with intention, to let go, to own your power, and to walk into the badass that you are, the bold, the magnetic woman you were meant to be. I believe we're guided, and if you're here with me, it's not by accident. So I promise you, if you sign up, if you show up for yourself today, that's what matters. Whether you're still navigating the heartbreak or starting to feel what's next, showing up is the form that you can start healing yourself. So thank you so much for being here. Remember to go online, sign up, and thanks for joining me. And thank you so much for trusting me. And you can always reach out if you have any questions. Thank you, Gina, Janet, Leslie, and Gabby. Thank you so much.